guys, Thurston here. I am an Aussie-based ocean photographer, and the primary focus with my work is capturing the raw power and beauty of the breaking wave. Many of you may be familiar with my work, but you might not be familiar with the process and what goes into capturing the images and footage that I do in the ocean. A lot of the subjects or the waves that I shoot are in the most crazy, outrageously remote locations all around Australia, and I travel all around this beautiful country in search of the most magnificent and majestic waves this place has to offer. And in order to do that, it requires a lot of time, resource, energy, and equipment. And honestly, it's been a lifelong pursuit just getting to the place where I can actually have the time and the energy and the resource to go out to these places and get those images and bring them back to share with you all. And one of the main things required, besides the camera gear and the skills and the energy and the time, is the rig to do it. These waves are located far out to sea off coastlines that have no roads going in, and it requires a lot of crazy forward driving, beach driving, launching jet skis off beaches and punching through waves to get out into the middle of the ocean to capture. It's kind of crazy, but I absolutely love it, and I feel as though I'm called to do this kind of thing. But anyway, this video is not about why I do it, it's about how I do it. And I'm so stoked to have partnered with TROJAN Canopies, who have built me the absolute dream rig for going out and exploring these coastlines and getting to the places that I was not previously able to get to. So I'm going to give you guys a quick walkthrough and a breakdown of the custom rig that TROJAN Canopies have built for me, for my needs as a photographer and an adventurer. And I honestly could not be more stoked with this setup. So let's check it out. So this is the passenger side, my favorite side, because it has all my gear. And TROJAN has done the best job of setting this canopy up to make the best possible use of space. And I should start by saying that this is the 1700mm service body, marine grade aluminium, powder coated, and everything has been so well thought out, like precision cut, meticulously designed, and I couldn't be happier with the setup that they've given me. Let's run through a few of the features. I love the flush floor, which I've gone ahead and carpeted with marine grade carpet, just so all my gear can slide in and out without damaging the powder coat. It's actually so nice to touch, I love it. And these doors that are gas assisted struts just swing open and give me a lot of access, along with the LED lighting. It changes from warm to cool depending on the lighting scenario or time of day. And these doors are all sealed with this rubber sealing that's waterproof and dustproof, which is so important to me, keeping my gear safe and dry and dust free. They've installed a floating shelf up here, which I've also carpeted, and that's super convenient for utilizing that extra space up top. I store things like my housing, ports, and my lighting gear, and my tripods and things like that. And down here we have this shelf, which I've turned into my charging station with a 700-watt Bluetti being powered from the Redux system on the other side. So I've constantly got my camera batteries and drone batteries charging up while I drive, which is so convenient. Plus there's extra space for gimbals and drones and things either side of the shelf. This slide out drawer is an absolute game changer, and I keep all my bits and pieces like extra batteries, mics, camera cages, my housings, things like that, kept safe and secure while I'm driving and forward driving around. Another really cool thing is that I've velcroed all these things down so that when I'm driving, things aren't rolling and tipping and smashing around, because forward driving can get kind of gnarly. There's a big space to my left here where I have my lighting bag and my camera bag. I can just pull this out, chuck it on my back, and although it's relatively simple, it's just so convenient and easy to access all my gear when I need it on the go. There's also a toolbox down here, which is pretty stock standard in Canopies, but super handy. And that's where I keep four-wheel drive things and whatever you want to put in there. Let's check out the other side where I do all my cooking. But before we get cooking, let's talk about the slide out trundle drawer. This is such a game changer. Standard on most canopies, sure, but with the length of the service body, this provides such a big space to not only store things, but provides a really cool workbench and a space where I can cook, set up my housings. And with the fold out canopy that gives you shade and weatherproofs the area, it's just become a really functional space. Under here it goes real deep, so I can store my lighting stands, tripods, cooking and camping gear, a whole bunch of things that I can put in here, safe, out of the way, out of mind, and also creates a lot of free space in the canopy. Lockable, sealable, so sick. Also, spare wheel carrier and jerry can holder. So this side is my home away from home. And again, Trojan Canopies has done such an incredible job of designing and fitting this section out to make the best use of space possible. It's essentially the kitchen I'd have at home, but in the back of my car. It's got everything I need. I'm a big advocate for staying healthy, and sometimes when you're on the road, that's really hard to do. To have a setup like this when I'm out shooting and adventuring is an absolute game changer for me. So we have the pull-out bench space where I do all my cooking, food prep, working a lot of the time. It's just a really strong functional bench, a lot of space. And then we have the heavy duty pull-out drawer, which is just so convenient for storing basically an entire kitchen's worth of stuff. I've got me blenders and me cups and a whole heap of things in here that are just safe, secure. Again, it's carpeted. And I honestly don't understand how it's so strong. I can have my air fryer out here, cutting things up, cooking dinner, and leaning on it. To have this much weight out this far is honestly some kind of sorcery to me, but I'll take it. And up here we have the shelf, but I've got my cold press juicer, my air fryer, my blender, power board, heaps of power coming out. And I really went all out with the power in this car, not just to charge things, but just to have that convenience on the go access. And speaking about convenience, the pull-out pantry, it stores enough food and dry goods for a couple people for multiple days. And you can really tell that Trojan have put a lot of thought into the design, the functionality, and the convenience of this setup. Everything locks in. And just here we have the upright 85 litre Bushman's fridge, which I store my coconut waters in, and my fruit and veggies, because again, I'm a huge advocate for living healthy on the road. And when you're traveling and you're out and about, that's not always so easy. So being able to keep 4 or 5 days worth of food in here is just such a game changer for going on adventures. Let's get into the power. Just here we have the Victron power panel that monitors my battery and takes care of all the charging. It also powers this 205 amp hour, 2000 watt Red Arc lithium battery. That powers pretty much anything I need. Air fryer, juicer, blender, charges all my batteries on the other side, and that charges up while I'm driving, but it also has input from a solar panel to keep it charged while I'm off grid. I asked Trojan to go above and beyond and really put a lot of power in this thing. So with the 205 amp hours, 2000 watt, I've got a power board here with 4 power outlets, powers all my appliances, and just creates a really convenient, functional setup. Again, absolutely love the flush powder coated finish, all the switches, all the USB outlets, everything I need to go off grid and get the job done. Let's check out the tent. Now, rooftop tents are one of my favorite things on the planet. No matter where you are, whatever you're doing, you can pull over and within a minute, you can be napping out. So I chose to go with the Grand Raid Medium from James Burrard. These tents are super famous for their really quick setup and pack down, and I'm all about that. I'm a big guy. This is the size of a double bed, fits me perfectly. Another cool thing about this canopy is that Trojan have installed super low profile brackets to mount my rooftop tent to. So there's not a lot of gap between the rooftop tent and the canopy. Honestly, it couldn't be more stoked day. Let's go on an adventure. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough of my Trojan canopy setup. If you're in the market for one of these things, or you're just interested in four-wheel driving and adventuring, then get in touch. Drop a comment below and I'll get back to you. In the meantime, be blessed, get some rest. I'm gonna lock this thing up and go find some waves.